Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Elvis Then and Now channel. Today's topic with Adam and David, we're going to be talking about the world of FTD. And I think the big question really is where do they go from here? No pun intended. But, but yeah, we just want to talk about the world of FTD and where they're at, where it looks like they're going. Because it seems like, to me, I don't know about you guys, but it seems like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel a little bit. They just look like basically where they're at is just big box sets. So, I mean, what do you guys think about FTD currently, and or how they progressed over time? I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, there's a lot there. Where they are at the moment, they seem to be releasing 4 types of release, don't they? They're still coming out with the books.
Mm-hmm.
These days with CDs and records. They're still releasing live concerts. They've got well into the sessions now, cracking on with the sessions quite nicely. And you've also got the records as well, which are still ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess future releases are going to be basically in those four categories.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than the old little 5 CD compilations that we used to get. Classic albums, they're probably done. Soundtracks are all done. So I guess we're going to be looking at those 4 types of release going forward.
Yeah. I guess looking at, where the FTD label's aimed at now, I mean, I guess not to miss out any age groups, I mean, what age group is it aimed at? I would have thought the sort of 40 to 100 years old Elvis fan. I mean, it's definitely got to be purely a collector's label now, hasn't it?
Are there any 100-year-old Elvis fans?
Well, you never know.
Born in 1956, they would have been 30 when Elvis made it big.
Yeah,
I mean, there's got to be at least one out there, I would think. Something.
I'd hate to leave anyone out. I mean,
I wonder who the oldest living Elvis fan is.
Yeah. I mean, I met a guy who I was actually buying stuff from. He was about 80 years old. Or a woman I bought that first album from, she was about 85. So, I mean, they're definitely up there now. But, yeah, I see what you're saying, because I just feel like this. I'm not trying to sound, what's that word? I can't think of the word right now, but, a lot of that generation seems like it's passing away. So it seems like kind of slim pickings is like, are new fans that interested? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be one here and there that will go that deep into the catalog, but it just makes you wonder how much of the interest is still there, especially with physical media.
Well, our generation, I think, is the one that's. When I say our generation, I'm talking about Adam, my generation and Adam's generation, and to a lesser extent your generation, Johnny, and also the generation above us. We're all interested in physical media, so I still think there's a lot of fans who are interested in getting, physical media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's my parents, that generation were probably the first Elvis fans generation. So we've, I'm 57 this year, so my interest in Elvis would have been passed down from them, because I obviously missed the 50s and the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
I was only really getting into Elvis in his last sort of 3 or 4 years of him being alive. So I got to experience some of it, but only a very short period. And then from that, it's the interest in his music and his film has grown, and his concerts,
Yeah.
Luckily, he gave us so much, didn't he? We had everything, really, with Elvis.
Well, if you look at some of the things that they've been releasing, Johnny, you said that they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They've released a few making of box sets, haven't they?
Mhm.
GI Blues, Viva Las Vegas, Blue Hawaii, a couple of others. Do you see any more of those sets coming out? Because I was thinking about it earlier today, and I can't think of another making of book and CD session set that they could do that would be really worth getting excited over. Where do they go? They've got GI Blues, Blue Hawaii, they've got King Creole, and two others, right? Josh Rock and Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah. You see, now I would disagree with that, because you still got Love Me Tender and Loving You.
I think, honestly,
films.
Yeah, I think after those, I feel like they're doing like almost like the essential films of Elvis, like with all these making ofs. I mean, as far as the making of books go, David, I feel like, yeah, those are really the last two they will really do. Because like, I don't think no one wants a book for the making of Tickle Me or something, you know, like, you know. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying as far as that go. I mean, and I love those books, but they're not afraid to keep repackaging stuff. It seems like, and I always talk about, like how you just said in the beginning, how we got those compilation CDs in the beginning. It's just crazy how much we rebought, and not just from FTD. I mean, just Sony as a whole, you know. Like I mean, it goes back. Like I just always use that as an example. Such a Night, the song. They started releasing unreleased outtakes of that with the Legendary Performer series, and over the years they just gave us little by little. Now we have it all, or I like to say the most complete. But
we've got the sessions now, so we don't have to worry about Elvis's back anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the thing about those making of books is that they come with sessions, don't they? To go back to what I was saying, I mean, Love Me Tender or whatever, Loving You, that might be all right, but they can't really release a making of Loving You or a making of Love Me Tender because there are no sessions to go with the books.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're looking at making of Frankie and Johnny, or, you know, the making of Easy Come, Easy Go. I mean, you know, would there be much interest in that kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
I think for me, I mean, if you look at the making of sets, they're releasing one a year. And he made 31 films, and we've had what, 7? Say, for me as a fan and a collector and enjoying the music, I would actually buy every single one. And
I mean, so
you know, like you like say about Tickle Me, it'd probably make a great book of images and story, and you know, and I see these making of as the definitive version now. As someone who's bought the same stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's like it's the final, you know.
It is. I mean, do I need another King Creole release after the making of? Yeah. You know, it was a perfect package because you got all the audio on the CD. You've even got a replica-ish Japanese record, which sounds superb, by the way. You know, and you know, the most interesting part of the books for me are the ones about the music. You know, I enjoy reading the sessions and who was playing on them, who did what, and everything. And you know, so if you're looking at that, I mean, you've probably got another 25 years worth of releases just in the making of.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I say that, you know, like, who wants to book a Tickle Me? Of course, like, you know, big collectors like us, maybe we'd buy it. I mean, David, I don't know if you'd buy it, but maybe, yeah, see, you wouldn't. Okay, but like, and I'm sure TCB Steve wouldn't buy it. But like, I think they would still be I think it'd be more limited with something that's not, you know, a big known movie. But oh yeah, of course, because I love reading those books, and I've learned so much. It's like all the different accounts from other people and how the stories connect, and it really is interesting with those books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think realistically. Yeah, for some reason, I'm kind of with David. I don't see them releasing them either, but I'm on board for them if they do.
Yeah.
They might get a few, but I'm just thinking, which movies would they go to? Because they don't release that many, do they? I mean, what was it, 2000 for the GI Blues set?
Yeah.
GI Blues is obviously not as popular as Viva Las Vegas or Blue Hawaii. So any future movies that they release in that series, they might have to start reducing the number of sets that they produce.
Yeah, to maybe like 1,500 or 1,000 or something.
And I think that's like going back to the beginning, isn't it? What is the audience, the age group, and the numbers? Because GI Blues 2000, it doesn't sound a lot of releases, does it?
No, it's not.
And I think the GI Blues is nearly sold out in most places.
Yeah.
So it's probably about the maximum of that audience, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's willing to pay that because they're just, they're not affordable. Like I remember when they first started with these books. I'm missing the very first book. Actually, I don't have the making of Viva Las Vegas. I think that was the very first book, right? First one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was. Yeah.
That is the only one I'm missing. And the only reason why I didn't buy it, because around that same time, maybe a year before that, they started doing the session sets, which I think the first one again was Viva Las Vegas, because I think people were upset that they didn't put the outtakes in order. So I remember buying that. I was still excited about it, but I'm like, why did they have to? There was a couple of tracks that just weren't in order.
Yeah.
But I just remember when they came out with that book, I'm like, they just came out with this box set of the sessions last year, so why am I going to buy this? And I skipped on it, and now I'm regretting.
It was different music on the making of Viva Las Vegas, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, there is, and I don't think I looked at it that thoroughly, I guess. And
they couldn't release the same stuff again on that.
Yeah,
and it's funny because I found all my answers to that in here. I was only recently reading about the Viva Las Vegas making of release, and I think what David was saying in his book was because they'd released the classic album and the sessions, they had to make the music different on the making of. And I think in a way that was a shame, because what I like about the modern making of, we're getting everything remastered, better, and all in order of recording.
Yeah.
And the early attempts at these releases was a bit scattered still. It was a little bit like the classic album releases, like we'll put this one here and that one there, and whereas GI Blues, Jailhouse Rock, you've got everything in date order of the recording, which is the format I prefer, hearing as much as possible.
Yeah, and then another big thing is also just the price. They're so expensive. I mean, a lot of people can't afford a $250 to like a $350 book.
Yeah.
So it's already limited. So I just wonder, like David said, I mean, would they lower the number a little bit because these other films aren't as popular?
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was a major reason why I didn't buy the first one. I'm like, I just bought this set, and now they're coming out with this book set, and it's 300 something. No thanks. And now I'm regretting it. Of course, now it goes for close to $1,000. But
yeah,
hopefully I'll get it one day.
and mainly the audio on that is all demos and other bits and pieces that
and the mono soundtrack, which that's what I really liked about it, is the mono soundtrack.
They'll probably come up with other ideas for big books with CDs sets. Not necessarily the making of, but some of the kind of big set, like they did the That's the Way It Is rehearsals, and they did the on tour box. There'll be something along those lines coming up in the future as well, I guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
That's
think.
really making of.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of potential with a lot of releases for like other topics other than the movies. Um, I do look forward for that stuff. I do, definitely. Like, so this year is 2027. Are they going to do something with maybe his final tours, something in 77, or is 2026? Oh my god, it's 2026. I say it's 2027. Oh my god.
Well, 2026 is 50,
Yeah.
60 years of 60 years, 60th anniversary of the Graceland sessions, isn't it? So
Yeah,
they're going to do something about that.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's 2026. Like, yeah. So, 76.
Jungle Room.
Yeah. The Grayson sessions. Also, you have this year, the 70th anniversary of him, like his breakout year in 1956. Are you going to do something with that? You never know. I mean, the sky's the limit, and all the other labels. But
yeah, I think some of the things with FTD is that, I mean, they can only release what they've got, and that, you know, and we've had a lot over the years, so it is difficult for them to keep reinventing it for us.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried about the live stuff actually, because there's quite a few tours and a few Tahoe and Vegas engagements from which FTD hasn't released anything. But at the same time, there aren't any soundboards out there from those tours and from those engagements. So FTD probably don't have them either. So I'm wondering, where are they going to go next with the live releases? And if you look at the live releases over the past few years, they've all been like multi-disc sets, haven't they? 3 discs, 4 discs.
Yeah.
And then before that, there was a couple of years of 2 disc sets. You have to go back quite a few years before the last single disc live release. So I'm just wondering where they're going to go next with the live releases.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because maybe they're making up for this. They're running out of studio material, obviously, to release as a whole. So that's the only reason why they're doing multi-disc concert sets. And for me, that's not really my interest, is the concert sets. I mean, I like to have essential shows, and but most of them I just don't buy. And if they're all the same, it's, you know, CC Rider, I Got a Woman, Amen, going into...
No, they're not all the same.
Yeah.
I used to think that, honestly, looking at the track listings, CC Rider, I Got a Woman, Amen, again and again and again. But when you listen to them, they've all got their own atmosphere. They've all got their own good points. And, you know, all the ones that I've heard are worth having, honestly. They're all fun. Even the bad ones are interesting, like that one that came out on MRS. I forget the title now. It was called Desert Storm, wasn't it? As a bootleg, it was called Desert Storm.
Yeah, Raging Tiger.
Raging Tiger, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's a really good. That's a fascinating show, is that?
It's an interesting show, and you know, it's at times I really like the attack in his voice on the song.
Yeah, he's like really energetic at the beginning. It's like he actually sounds like he's strung out, even though he's just not.
I actually listened to it thinking, you know, am I going to enjoy this? And there was moments where I thought, oh dear. Mm-hmm. But then there were moments where I thought, this is the king of rock and roll. He's given it some. I don't want to hear some poor soundboard where everyone sounds tired, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some real attack and venom in that live show, isn't there? And parts of it I found myself really enjoying because of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give it some.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to save it for later, but I guess we can talk about this right now since we're on the concerts and the competition that FTD has with that. So, you know, I think the main competition for FTD as far as the concerts go is MRS, even though all that stuff was released on FTD, most of the stuff, if not all, that I just feel like they give so much better quality as far as the sound goes. And I don't know I mean, obviously they do the digitally extracted stereo, but they just do such a beautiful job, and I feel like they can really give FTD a run of their money, even if it's the same show. And like,
yeah, but on the other hand, are they just taking the FTD material and then tweaking it a little bit? Has FTD done a lot of work beforehand? I don't know. And are MRS just taking advantage of the work that FTD has already done? I'm not sure how much work goes into, either of their releases. So
I think MRS, they do release a nice package, don't they?
yeah.
The booklets are good, the images are good. They do the best to spice up the sound and make it more of a sound stage using the DES. But like you say, they're just a re-release of what we've already had, but with some massive improvements over the sound.
Yeah. Actually, let me use something as an example with that. Let me see. So that's the end of part 1 to the world of FTD. To check out part 2, go to David's channel up here in the corner in Elvis Presley in Japan. Check it out.